Hello and welcome. The second presentation tool that we'll be considering is the Google Slide. Google Slide has a whole lot of functionalities like the Microsoft PowerPoint and so much more. And to get to Google Slide, the first thing you need to do would be to sign into your Google account, which I have done. That is why you are seeing my Gmail, the images, and these three dots. And this is my Google account that I have signed into, dokitashesi.digitalskills@gmail.com. So you sign into your Google account. You can come here and then scroll and look for Google Slides. This is Google Slides icon. When you click on it, it will launch. And remember, you can't do all this without being online. So you are online and you have launched your Google Slides. So what you are going to, the window that will open for you is this blank presentation, just like we had in Microsoft PowerPoint, as well as a template gallery. All these galleries, all these templates are for you to mix and match and pick. You can see it is grouped, unlike what we have in Microsoft PowerPoint that we just have templates. It will be for you to check 1, 2, 3 or several other templates to be able to make a decision as to which one works for you. But this one, you have personal, which you have general presentation, photo album, wedding, portfolio, yearbook, and so on and so forth. You can create a yearbook using this template. You have work, prototype presentation, consulting proposal. You are pitching for a particular project, status report, case study, consulting proposal, professional profile, employee certificate. You have the template here that you can use. Under education, you can see you have lesson plan, you have book reports, you have field trip report. All right, you have science projects templates, you have science fair templates and student certificate that you can adapt. So, but we are not interested in templates for now. We want to create a blank document. So I click on blank documents and let's see what the interface looks like. It is loading, and thank you very much. And here we are, just like we have in Microsoft PowerPoint. You have the first slide, which is the title slide. So like we did for Microsoft PowerPoint, let us look at the different tools that we have in Google Slides. You have the file. When you click on the file, you have so many options. Do you want to make a copy of the presentation? Do you want to download it? Do you remember that whatever you do here is online, and you can have offline access when you download it to your computer as PowerPoint. All right, and you can also click on this if you want to keep working on Google Slides presentation offline. Remember how it was done for Google Docs as well. So that is for file. This is edit. You want to copy, you want to post, undo, redo, and all that. This is for view. You want to view the slideshow and build a theme and so on. You want to insert image, you want to insert text, you want to insert diagram, shapes, table, charts, and so on and so forth. We have all these similar functionalities in Microsoft PowerPoint as well. So you have the slide, you want to add new slide, you want to add new template, you want to duplicate slide, tools, and so on and so forth. And next in line are these other quick tools. This is undo, this is redo, this is print. All these icons represent a faster way rather than going through the menu buttons to access all this. These are the ones that are most frequently used. They can access, add image, add shape, add and change background, change layout, theme, and so on and so forth. And of course, on this side, this is new. this is a new addition to Google Slides. You have the template deck. So you can choose from any of these templates to work with. And this is different from the templates that you get when you come to File and open a new one. And you also have a template gallery, just like I have shown you the other place. You have this template gallery that you can pick from that is already grouped into its various groups: education, science, project, general presentation, and so on and so forth. You also have these templates that you can readily pick when you are working on your presentation. So let us start by adding our title. The title is going to be History of Education. History of Education. And just like we had with the other presentation, I'm going to add a subtitle that is an introduction. An introduction. So once you have done this, as you can see, it is also still bland and not so elegant, just like we have with Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you come here, and this is not actually going to, if you are going to use any of these templates, you must have picked it before you start working. So once you start, it may not really work for you. However, theme may work for you. When you click on theme, it is going to give you options to choose from. So if you click on this is simple light, that is the default theme. So if you click on this, you can see it will change to adapt to that theme. If you come here, you can see how the heading and the subheading changed. If you come here, you can see the design has changed, the fonts, and then every other thing. So you pick and choose the one that resonates with your own personal style. But for me, I like to design my own slide my own way. You know, if I'm going to design this, I'm going to move this to half the slide, and then also move this to half the slide. Okay, so that I have this on one side, I have this also on one side, and then I can, for instance, I can add an image. Remember, you can upload email from your computer, but what's the point when you're already online? So I come to search image in the web, and then once it loads up, I can type history. And then see what options are thrown at me. Okay, so history is all about what has happened in the past, you know, plenty of books, you know, history, whatever. You can decide to choose any of these. You know, let me pick this. It will load onto the slide automatically once you hit insert image. And there you are. And then if you want to make this one a little bit more visually appealing, you want to check the background. The background is white for now. You can put a touch of color to the background, maybe a light gray, for instance, and look at it. And if you check out the slideshow from here and click on it and look at what you have created, how beautiful can this be? Just look at it. Look at the title slide. All right, so I exit this by pressing the escape button, and you can create another slide by right clicking and clicking on new slide. Or let me undo that. You can also come here, insert, scroll down and new slide, right? And then if you look at the slide formats, you will see that it's a little bit different from the title slide. So we have our intro. Okay, you have the module 1, and just like we did for the other presentation, let me open it and copy the contents. Okay, so you have all this. Let me copy the contents and drop it here. No, and drop the content here. As you can see here, we have them there. Okay, you can also reduce the spread and add something here, something colonial. Let's see whether we have something, one other thing in here. Okay, so let's pick this and insert it. Okay, so you can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, adjust and make sure it is center like that. Okay, you can see that the background of this is different from what we have here. Now if you come to background again, you would see it says add to theme, add this background to theme. So every single, if you click on this, every single slide that you're going to be creating would have a light gray background. So I'm going to click on it, and then you can see that the second slide already have it. And if you check what the slide looks out, what it's going to look like in your presentation, it's going to look like this. Simple, visually appealing, no nonsense slide. Okay, so I click out, and then you can also insert. What other thing can you do here? The other thing you can do here, let's look at the third slide. Third slide, is where we have traditional system and religious system. Let me click out. Let me go back. New slide. You can see this button here as well. You can click on it and it will create a new slide for you. So let's say what was the heading? Let me check the heading. Pre-colonial system of education. Let me copy from here. Control A, Control C, and then come here and put it on the heading. Control V, pre-colonial system of education. For heading, we have to capitalize each word. Okay, and then we have traditional system, religious system, and there are various traditional. And then we have the religious system. Okay, so let's go back to add image. Add image, we click on this image button, or go to insert and click on image. Image is still the same. So we are uploading from, so traditional means traditional. Let's see what the internet throws at us when we search for traditional images that represent traditional. These are interesting images. I like this. like this, inserts. It is so big, but you can adjust and then put it where it's supposed to be. You can reduce it further a bit and then put it under traditional. You can even come here. That's fine. And under religion, let's try and see. We click again, search the web. Let's look for a mosque. Let's look for a mosque. Okay, I think this is National Mosque, the one in Abuja, Nigeria. You can pick that. Reduce the size even while it is loading. It doesn't matter. It will eventually load up, and there we are. Okay, but our slide is not looking so good. Let's say it's not looking so good because everything is cramped on this side. Look at this blank size. What are we going to do with this? So we need to go back and re-strategize. Okay, so our images can come here. While okay, you can see that our image had already overshot the boundary that is created for text, so we can expand it to accommodate, and we are good to go. So we have created 3 slides from Google Slides, similar to what we did, and we have seen basically how we can play around with themes, different themes. If I decide to change this theme, you would see it has changed everything, but so I Ctrl Z to go back to the previous theme, and I am back. Okay, so you can let me create another slide. We use unit 1. Okay, and then insert text box. You see, you don't have to follow so I have inserted another slide, and you can see it is expecting me to add a title here and then add text here. But you don't have to do this all the time. You can decide that I don't even want to use any of these things, and then you delete it and you give yourself a blank canvas to work with. You can be creative in any way you want. So here, if you want to add text, you can come here and say insert text box, and then decide on the kind of space that you want the text to occupy. History in brief. Okay, and then you can Control A, select all, and then if you want to increase the size, if you can see the text size here, these 3 dots are there for you to click on, and then it will pop up the remaining, so you can increase the size as you so wish. You can also pick your fonts if you are not comfortable with the font that you're given. Remember, the good ones and the bad ones. So this is another nice one, history in brief. And you want to add image or add a shape, for instance. You want to add a circular shape, a round shape. Okay, and you also want to add a rectangular shape. All right, and in your mind, you want to connect this and this with an arrow. You can come here, insert, shape. You are still inserting shape. It's here. Shapes, arrow. You can pick this one, and then click out. You are good to go. So whatever it is you want to insert here, it is fine. If you want to insert a photo of traditional king, you want to check the web for traditional ruler, okay, you want to click on it, and you want to pick a traditional ruler. You want to resize it. When we get to Canva, I will let you know how Canva is superior to anything we are doing here. So let me change the color of that circle. Let me give it a blue color, right? Okay, see this photo, you can send it behind that color, send it backward. You can add text to the image, insert text box, and put it here, and then write king, Ctrl-Alt, and give it another color so that it can be clearer. You want to give it a red. Let's see how a red or a blue. Okay, which is fine. You want to give it a feel. On white. That is a background to make it okay. So you can do a whole lot of things depending on your creative ability. Okay, so whatever you want to add, the color of a modern king, modern, traditional, and this is a traditional Nigerian or African king. Let's say a European king. Let's see what an European king looks like. Because we are dealing with history, Google is giving us historical kings, historical figures. Interesting, isn't it? So as you can see, this is really not important for our work. So we can remove it, and then make this one bigger. Okay, since this cannot become this, we can remove it, and then we can resize. Okay, once the red line appears, it means this and this are on the same level. You can resize this. Okay, they have to be on the same level. Good, and yeah, they're good to go. So traditional Nigerian king, a European king. So you can play around, you can do anything you want on a slide, all right? And as long as you keep to the rules of the game, you are good to go. So whatever notes you want to add, you may not necessarily add them on the slide. You can put them in speaker's notes, just like we did here. We can, let us assume this is what you want to say, speaker's notes. Let's copy that and then put them in the speaker's notes. Ctrl V. Okay, so that when you start presenting, it is only you that will be reading from here, and your listener will not see it, and your listener will only be looking at your slide. So basically, this is how you create slides using Google Slides. There are a whole lot of things that you can play around with, but this is a good beginning. If you can create slides like this, let's look at the slideshow from the beginning. Okay, history of education. Okay, not so bad, not so bad, not so bad. And then that is you're on your way to even becoming a graphic designer, because this is already looking like a graphic design. This is no longer just a slide, it is looking like a graphic design. So, and then you can, in terms of transition, or transition, let's see. If you right click, you will see transition. When you click on transition, it will open up the different transition styles that you can have. So if we choose slide from right, for instance, and then let's see what's going to happen. Boom. So it's going to slide from right. So you can also come here, click in between these slides, right click. It's here, transition. Okay, so you want to add another transition to slide 2 to 3, slide left. Apply to all slides. So once you choose a transition, you can decide to apply it to all slides and you're good to go. So let's look at it from the start. So this is your slideshow. You click on enter, the slides, and that is how it goes. And in terms of animation, object animation, let's come here. Let's start from here. So you click on the objects and then add animation, and then pick from how you want it to appear. Let's say you want it to zoom in or to fade in. Let's look at how that's going to look like. How cool is that? So we have object animation. We also have, if you click on that text, you can also add animation to text. Let's say it's appear, and then add animation. Play. Okay. So you can play around with that, but you must always remember less is more. Remember I said earlier that once you launch Google Slides, with every single step you do, every letter or word you type automatically saves in the cloud. But however, how do you identify the document that you have created? You need to come here. As you can see, if you do not come here to change this untitled presentation, that is exactly how Google Slide is going to leave it. So in your document, in your Google Slides files, you would have plenty of untitled presentations there. So you need to always remember to give your presentation a title. So I click on this, and then I will say sample presentation, and then click out, and that's it. It is already saved in the cloud. I will see you in the next lesson, and that will be Canva. How to use Canva to create stunning slides.